Many thanks for joining us this review on the street. Welcome to the program, where we look at some screaming headlines on the front page of the daily newspaper. We're back on the street to collect the views of the bystanders and their views as regards some of the screaming headlines. Stay back. Nation newspaper. And the screaming headlines on the Nation newspaper says, Southwest APC leaders reject secession agitation. Tinubu, Akode, Akinriade, Gbajabiamila, Oshoba, governors OK's bans on open grazing. And you can read more, for more details, you can read more on that on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. NDLEA intercepts 8 billion naira cocaine at Lagos airport. You can get full details of that on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. COVID-19, 90 travelers from India, Brazil, Turkey wanted. For more details, you can read more on page 33 of the Nation newspaper. While MPC may raise interest rates, you can get that on pages 17 and 24. GDP rose by 0.51% in Q1. You can get that on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. Back to open grazing, ban as endorsed by South governors. Provisions of funds to set up ranches across the state. Necessity for state police. Stability and unities of Nigeria. Better funding for security agencies. Eminent Nigerians should make statements that strengthen unity. Rejections of violence to achieve political, economic power. True federalism. Devolution of power. Resources to states. That is, you can read more on these top stories on the pages of the Nation newspaper. And on to the next one, we have the Nigerian Tribune, and the headline says, Tinubu Gbajab, APC Southwest leaders, governors oppose secession, back Southern governors on open grazing, one true federalism. Oyo local government poll, PDP cleared 32 local governments. Inauguration host today. To read more on that, you can get it on page 23 of the Nigerian Tribune. Stock bonds, Naira Head South. Page 20 of the Nigerian Tribune. FG may have lost $50 million to delay pilotage tender process. You can read more on that page on page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune. Buhari call wives of late chiefs of army staff. Nation will never forget supreme sacrifice of Attahirus. Others, he says, national flag to fly at half mast. You can get that on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Treat military plane crash as national emergency. Khan tells Buhari. Read more on that on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. And the earlier intercepts 8 billion worth of cocaine, arrest culprit at Lagos airport. Seized 24.5 offered as bribe to compromise investigation. Read more on that on page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune. And on to the next one, newspaper. On the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, we have some of the screen headlines there. No to secession. Southwest governors APC leader declare. We can see recognition of this on virtually all the daily newspaper. Insurgents, Attahiru will have made Nigeria proud. That's coming from Buratai. Can read more on that on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Uzodinma Fum as Delta Monarch back Southern governor. Can read more on that on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Treat military crash as national emergency. Can't tell you. For more details, read more on it on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Amechi orders arrest of vandals, buyers of stolen rails equipment. Power generation fall by 6.72% in 7 days. Read more on that on page 51 of the Vanguard newspaper. Unimed get 1 billion grant from ASR Africa. Read more on that on page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper. Rep Monarch, others petition Buhari over insecurity. For full details, read more on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. Move on to the next segment of the program where we'll be engaging the bystanders as regards some of the Top stories making the headline. Stay back. The Southwest leaders of APC and the governors of APC in the Southwest geopolitical zones have come together to talk about the issues of separationists, that is the secessionist agitators led by Sunday Adeyemo, and they said they came out boldly to give their own opinion as regards that. In their statement, they made it clear that they are not in any way supporting or giving their blessings to these agitators. All they preach is one Nigerian. They rather prefer or prayed for true federalism. So what is your take as regards the positions of these APC chieftains?
I want to really lay emphasis, but because you said the APC, the Southwest APC leaders, not all the Southwesterner are agitating for the secession. But let me say, I want to really talk about the secession. I'm not really in support of the secession because I prefer one Nigeria. And all those people agitating for the secession, I think most of them, they are doing it for their selfish ambition.
But very well, please. It is imperative we state it clearly. We saw the People's Democratic Party governors at a meeting in Delta State, right? And they equally advocate for true federalism. So advocate for true federalism. They are not in any way, none of them is any way supporting secessionists. None of them is any way promoting the ideas of the separationists. They made it clear, right, during the meeting. So it's obvious that the leaders of the political leaders and the governors in Southwest, both PDP and APC, what they're advocating for is true federalism. So now, what is your take as regards that?
Yes, I prefer the true federalism too, because in that we can restructure Nigeria. We can place a lot of things in places. We can put a lot of things in places again, but if we are agitating for this separation and everything, it could lead to so many things. It could lead to war. It could lead to even something we are not even expecting as a Nigerians. But the only thing I can even urge the Nigerians, let's join all those people that are even agitating for true federalism and better Nigeria, not secession.
Chief Adebanjo and another statesman and leaders of Afenifere said that if there's anything we should be agitating for, if there's anything we need to make adjustments on as regard the issues of the malady confronting the Nigeria state presently, is to address the 1999 constitutions. He believes the 1999 constitution is faulty and there is a need for a rebate, right, of a new constitution.
As touching that, I don't know why this Nigeria, I don't know why they are not ready to amend that 1999 constitution, because I don't know why. Because the amendation of that constitution will make Nigeria better. Even it will put a lot of things in places and make every Nigeria a better state to live in. So all those people, agitation, let me say, you mentioned the Igbo and everything. You know, if you could see now, you know, the agitation has already dropped down. It has already dropped the agitation now. He's not even really talking about the agitation again, but to me...
But very well. Last Saturday, that is the last Saturday, we saw Sunday Igbo and his cohorts, right? Yes, traveled to Ondo State, Akure to be precise, and the spokesman of Sunday Igbo said they received the blessings of the Ondo State governor in persons of Arakunrin Akeredolu, that is the sitting governor of Ondo State. But we can see the Akeredolu debunk the statement. Yes, he debunked the statement. So now, what can we now say that Sunday Igbo is actually going? No, it's actually going contrary to the positions of.
Let me say
the Yoruba nations.
Most of them agitating for this thing. I think indirectly, most of them, what they are really trying to preach is that if there is a better Nigeria, if Nigeria is better, if there's a better restructuring, and the constitution is, and there is a true federalism, I think all those people, they would drop the agitation. The only thing I can say is that we should call for true federalism. We call for the amendment of the 1999 constitution so that Nigeria will be better. There will be restructuring, the better amendment, and everything will be okay.
Come to think of it, if you come to think of it, if someone like another statement like Baba Adebanjo, the leaders in Afenifere, should come out to say that the 1999 Constitution is the problem, secession is not the problem, would you now think is supporting, right, the secessionist group or the separationist group led by Sunday Igboho? Would you think is actually supporting or promoting this idea?
Some, let me say, strong Yoruba elders agitating for these things. All of them are agitating for is a true federalism, better Nigeria. All this insurgency, the security of the country will be balanced. Everything will be okay. That's why all of them are agitating for not secession directly, true federalism, the constitutional amendment, and the Nigeria restructuring and everything, the structures, so that we can make Nigeria better. I'm not even joining all those people agitating for secession, bro. I want a better Nigeria so that we can move Nigeria forward and make it a better place for all and sundry to live.
Okay, do you think the secessionists, the separationists are only making fool of themselves or what?
They are not really making fool of themselves, all those people agitating. I mean, indirectly, what they are doing is they are preaching better Nigeria, and they want all those people in power to make Nigeria a better place to live for the citizens. So, not really all of them, not really because we don't want disintegration in this country, but all we are preaching is one Nigeria, better Nigeria, and good governance.
Thank you very much, sir. Buratai, that is the immediate past military chief, saying that Attahiru would have made Nigeria proud. That's coming from Buratai. Looking at the issue of plane crashed and a lot of uncalled or tragic occurrence in the military camp these days is becoming worrisome. So now, with this, people have been calling for a kind of, to some people, to some quarters, they believe the military should try to run an internal check.
Definitely.
Run an internal check, because this thing is becoming too much. So now, what is your take as regards the death of this man? How do you see the man?
I was so extensively sad when I heard his death, because the guy, forget that he's a soldier. He was a soldier, but he's very, very patriotic. Let me say, to my own perspective, he sacrificed his life for Nigeria, because it was after he has done what he has done in Sambisa Forest. I think it was after then that he died of plane crash. He has never even seen any sign of death before the issue. But after what he has done in the Sambisa, he died. But I don't know. I'm not a military man. I don't know what is happening to their Nigerian aircraft. But I don't know there should be something done, because I could read something that the CAN said they should treat it as a national emergency, because I don't know, something of such could happen to our chief of army staff. This is very, very bad, but to me, very patriotic. But I don't know, I can't say much about the aircraft because I don't know the situation. They know the situation of the aircraft before they flew it. So I think, but it's very, very funny. All I could say that the presidencies and everything, they should look into it and investigate the death, and let me say the crash thoroughly. That's what I could say, because I know there could be something behind the crash, but I can't say.
Your state, on Saturday, the local council elections was conducted. That is the local government and the chairmans and the councillors elections was conducted in all the 33 local governments in Oyo State, and the results proves that PDP won 32 of the 33 local governments, with Ido elections adjourned till Wednesday. APC came out to reject it, and they said in their statement that the Saturday elections, local council election, is nothing but an insult that's APC. To them, they see it as insult of democracy. That they were deliberately excluded in participating in the elections by the state governor, the persons of Governor Oluseyi Makinde. What is your take as regards that?
The election or
and the statement of APC. talking about them, talking about the exclusions, to deny them as an opportunity to participate in the just concluded local council election?
I don't want to really talk about the political parties, because if I say this and that, they could be saying I'm a politician or not. But let me just simply say something I knew about this thing. Definitely PDP has won it all. Out of 33 local government, I think they have won the 32 local government, remaining one. And that one, forget it, PDP will still win it. I'm cocksure of that still.
So you are confident?
I'm so sure of that. Because it's very, very obvious now what the PDP Seyi Makinde is doing in the state. A lot of people, they thought it's a slow starter, but now the guy is doing extensively well. And let me say, before the end of the first time, I think he has started some projects which it will pave way for him in the other time. I don't want to go into that, but the election is very, very good. All those people talking, all those APC people talking, they are just mirage. Don't mind them.
Prior the election, APC called for a kind of a postponement, right? That the election should be postponed, right?
It was scheduled
because
Saturday 12th before it was changed to 22. So I don't know why they are even calling for another postponement again, because I think this thing has been scheduled for long. They should have prepared very well instead of asking for postponement. So don't forget, don't just mind them.
So they should, I think,
they should go and prepare for another next election. They should go and do their homework very well. But this election, this state, Seyi is doing well, and nobody's going to stop him.
Okay? Thank you very much, sir. Lórí election ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ parí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, nínú 33 local government tó wà, a rí wípé ẹgbẹ́ PDP wọ́n jáwé olúborí ní 32. Àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC sọ wípé election yìí pé ìwọ̀sí ńlá ló jẹ́ fún ìjọba àwa ara wa, torí wípé àwọn olórí ọ̀fẹ́ àti kópa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú. Ṣáájú àkókò yárí wípé wọ́n béèrè fún ìsúnsíwájú ètò ìdìbò náà káwọn lè ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ àti mú aṣojú tí ó ṣojú àwọn náà nínú ètò ìdìbò náà. Nínú èrò tiyín, kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ rò? Ṣé ẹ rò wípé ẹ̀bi yìí ṣe ẹ̀bi tó yẹ ká dìrú ẹgbẹ́ PDP ní lábẹ́ èyí tí gómìnà Seyi Makinde tó ń ṣe gómìnà lórí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, àbí ẹgbẹ́ ìpòṣèlú APC tí wọ́n tó yẹ pé àwọn ni wọ́n wá ń jápá mọ́nú yìí, àwọn ni wọ́n ṣe tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe bó ṣe tó àti bó ṣe yẹ? Kí lè rò tiyín?
Nǹkan tí mo lè sọ síbẹ̀ ni wípé gbàtọ́ jẹ́ wípé kò sí ẹ̀bi lọ́wọ́ ẹnikẹ́ni lọ́wọ́ àwọn méjèèjì, torí ìjọba tó wà lórí àléfà ní state òun ló ń control local government. Ká ní pé wọ́n fún àwọn local government láyè láti wà kán dá wà fúnra wọn ni, gbogbo eléyìí kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ rárá. Ṣùgbọ́n gómìnà tó máa wà lórí oyè òun náà ló máa control gbogbo local government yẹn. Nǹkan tó fi fà á ni kò sẹ́nikẹ́ni téèyàn rí blame. Bóyá kí wọ́n fún àwọn local government ní ààyè láti dá dúró ni, irú eléyìí kò ní wáyé.
Ok, ṣe ẹ rò yí pé torí pé kò sí àyè fáwọn local láti dúró èyí tó ń pè ní local government autonomy òun ló fa èyí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí? Ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ṣé ẹ̀yin ò rò wípé n tí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC tán béèrè fún yìí, ẹ rò wípé kò pọ̀ jù? Tán bá sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ to ilé àwọn fẹ́ wá aṣojú tí ó ṣojú àwọn, pé kán bá wọn sún síwájú díẹ̀, bóyá pẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú làwọn náà, táwọn náà sì ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ tó yẹ pé lábẹ́ òfin fààyè gbà pé káwọn náà kópa ní òṣèlú náà. Ṣé ẹ rò wípé kò tọ́ fún ẹgbẹ́ tó ń ṣe ètò ìdìbò nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ láti sún síwájú fún àwọn náà láti di orí ọ̀fẹ́ láti kópa níbi ètò ìdìbò náà?
Nǹkan tí mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ó yẹ wọ́n ní àṣẹ, APC náà ní àṣẹ láti sọ pé kán fáwọn láyè. Ṣùgbọ́n gbàdúrà tí wáyé tó wọ́n ti fix time tẹ́lẹ̀ tí wọ́n ò dé fẹ́ sí time mọ́, kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ ẹnìkankan lè ṣe mọ́. So bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn.
Sunday Igboho ni ó lọ sí Àkúrẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ondo lọ́hùn nípa ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation, Yorùbá fẹ́ dá dúró, tó ń polongo káàkiri, gbogbo wa la mọ̀. Ó sì sọ, agbẹnusọ rẹ̀ ó sọ wípé gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo pé ó fọwọ́ sí fáwọn láti ṣe rálì níbẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n láàárọ̀ ìyá rí kan nínú ìwé wípé gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo sọ pé rárá o òun ò fọwọ́ sí rárá àti rárá o kọ́mọ̀ dá nǹkan míì sílẹ̀ pé n tí wọ́n ń ṣe wọ́n wà láàyè tiwọn ni ṣóyìn a sì rí lánàá wípé níjẹta wípé ni àwọn tó jẹ́ àgbààgbà ẹgbẹ́ APC lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà àtàwọn gómìnà tó jẹ́ APC ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n panupọ̀ lánàá wọ́n pàdé wípé secessionist o pé ẹ̀yà kan fẹ́ yá o pé àwọn ò fọwọ́ sí ní táwọn fẹ́ ní true federalism. Nínú èrò tiyín ta wá ni wọ́n ti Sunday lẹ́yìn tírú àwọn bàbá Adébánjọ bá sọ̀rọ̀ wípé àwọn tó jẹ́ àgbà Afẹ́nifẹ́re nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó yẹ pé àwọn gangan náà darí Yorùbá táwọn bá sọ pé rárá kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn wá ló ń ti Sunday Ìgbòho lẹ́yìn tó fi rò wípé dandan òun tẹ̀síwájú.
ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀sẹ̀ ó lágbára ẹ̀ ń pè succession bí ìgbà téèyàn ṣe kú ni so ẹni tó ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá náà láti máa àwọn àgbààgbà ọmọ Yorùbá láti máa sáfúrí ara wọn ẹni tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ bá gbé wọn á gbàgbé pàpàtà tẹ́gbọ́sà so oníkàlùkù ló ń sáfúrí ara ẹ̀ tí ó fẹ́ kí wọ́n gbóhùn ẹni tó wá dé gbé pamọ́ tó wá ti pa wọ́n pàgbé nìyẹn wọ́n fi rúbọ nìyẹn so ló fà tí oníkàlùkù fi fàdí sẹ́yìn ìpè báyìí pé àwọn ò fọwọ́ sí gómìnà dẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ ń sọ lóńdó ṣètì amòfin ni ẹ̀ tó mòfin ni tó jẹ́ pé ó mọ ìlànà tó tọ́ láti tọ̀ láti ṣe nǹkan tó tọ́ so nǹkan tó fà nìyẹn.
ẹ̀yin rò pé àwọn tó ń sọ pé àwọn ò fọwọ́ sí wọ́n fọwọ́ sí lábẹ́nú ṣèrò tiyín nù.
wọ́n lè máa ṣe lábẹ́lẹ̀ kó wọn àṣẹ nìkẹ́ni torí àwọn náà sáfẹ́mi ara wọn ni àwọn aṣáájú tó jẹ́ pé ọmọ Yorùbá àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan bọ́ ṣe pa àwọn náà nígbà yẹn nìyẹn ẹ tó wá dé ìgbà mùsùlùmí tó fẹ́ dàgbà máa gbọ́n because bí ìgbà tán ṣe kú nìyẹn so oníkàlùkù ló ń sá fún orí ara ẹ̀ oníkàlùkù ló ń sá fún orí ara ẹ̀.
ẹ ṣeun gan ẹ ṣeun. This one will be drawing the curtains on today's episode of Reveal on the Streets. Remember to join us next week on the same program. I am regular anchor Yekin Abidemi, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page Heritage TV and on Facebook Heritage TV. And my cameraman Akintola Ibrahim. Thank you.